Thank you. To understand Lumachain, it helps to understand a little bit about my life. I was born in Somalia, near the border with Ethiopia. That's in East Africa. My mother had 16 children, and you had that many children because it was free labor. From a very young age, we were all put to work. Somalia descended, unfortunately, to a bad civil war when I was about 18. And my father desperately tried to get all his children out. At the end, he did. He got out 14 of us. But unfortunately, we got scattered around the world as refugees. I was the lucky one. I ended up in Australia on my own at the age of 18. My first job was a kitchen hand, washing dishes, working 4 days a week, including weekends, being paid $5 an hour. Have I been taken advantage? Yes. I couldn't speak English, and I didn't know my rights. But I got on with life, and I went to TAFE, learned English, did a bit of accounting, and someone told me about La Trobe University in Bendigo. They educated people like me. I didn't take an insult for that, but I did go to La Trobe Bendigo, and I graduated with an IT degree. I'll go back a little bit. My first job was a software developer, and I ended up in GIO, developing software, Deloitte's IBM. IBM sent me to Europe, where I spent 7 years, 5 of that doing big supply chain systems for a company called Selectron. Flextronics took over from bought Selectron, and it was all track and trace. I've also lived in Paris for 3 years doing big systems, enterprise systems for AXA Insurance, and then ABN AMRO Bank. Qantas headhunted me back as the group chief information officer, running the entire IT. I met my friend Tony White, he was head of supply chain, and we built a lot of systems together. One of the key systems we built was track and trace aircraft spare parts, from where it was produced to consumed all the way when it was retired. And we were tracking a couple of conditions there. One was for safety. We were tracking, make sure the chain of custody, who touched it, for how long and why, for obviously safety reasons. And the other one was shock. If a part fell, we were not allowed to use it, and we had to capture that data. Tony and I came back together 2 years ago. We had the idea. We've actually built this technology before. Why don't we go and do it again? For me, it was personal. So we came together about 14 months ago. We built Lumachain. Lumachain is a game changer. It lights the way for supply chain. We all know global supply chain is broken. All these companies, whether you're a producer, transporter, processing plant, warehouse, they all have good systems, great systems. In fact, I built my career for those systems. But the problem is there's no real-time end-to-end view of the individual products moving through that chain. What happens if when that's happening? You have inefficiencies, fraud, and waste. Lumachain links the individual items' physical journey and their digital journey, real-time, using AI, IoT devices, and blockchain. And we are IoT agnostic, so whatever the customer has, we use theirs, or we recommend what they need. What did we see our customers so far? What they're telling us is we're seeing extended shelf life, we're seeing reduced counterfeiting, reduced wastage, increased food safety, proof of ethics and sustainable production of food, fewer insurance claims, and as well as a strong brand, including Brand Australia. We can use Lumachain to showcase the good quality we produce in Australia. Our advantage is world-class team. We've moved to our first initial is beef chain, beef supply chain, which is 300 billion. We have partners like Microsoft globally and Australia, and CSIRO, our scientific research partners. We're not only for profit, we also have a higher purpose. By tracking the workers' conditions, we're able to literally eliminate modern slavery and child slavery, and children like me deserve today to go to school instead of being put to work. And my dad, before he sent me away, he said, might not ever see you again, but have big dreams. Dreams are not only going to make you survive, they will make you thrive. And now we're having even bigger dream. Lumachain, origin and history of everything we eat and use, we wanted that to be eliminated by Lumachain. Thank you.